I was going to be really serious. I want to have a moment of silence for our concert that was canceled. Sad moment here. Okay, that's the moment's over. So what does happen, and what's the ramifications? What do you do? How do you feel about it when you buy, not just your concert tickets, but everything that goes around with it to your favorite concert and it gets canceled?
Like, say you're going to Vegas.
Well, this came up because of Adele's recent bummer of what happened. Like, she has a residency, like a small one, coming in. Tickets are expensive, and she canceled a concert pretty much right before the weekend, I believe, that was supposed to happen. And it's a bummer. Like, she put out like a heartfelt thing into her fans, and I like to genuinely believe her. Just a footnote, I do like Adele a lot, so just want to give everybody that information that I am an Adele fan. Like, whenever Easy on You comes on, or Easy on Me, whatever that name is, I can't remember the name of the songs, I just can't. But that song just like blows me away that it's like piano, a sort of a subdued kick, and like bass. That's the song. That's her voice. Yeah. It makes me upset that she's that talented. But she'd have to cancel the concert series. People had spent a lot of money. They've taken off vacation.
Yeah, because that's a destination. Airs. You're going there, right? Yeah,
most people are going there and do not live in Vegas. They're booking the hotels out. I don't know which hotel it was at. I like to think the Venetian, but I don't think it was there at all. It's probably MGM or something. But it's a big inconvenience because like most people have these things called jobs.
Yes. That
you have to ask for certain time off, and once you ask it off, you don't get that time off later.
No.
It's we live in this weird fantasy guitar shop world like where it's not like that. It's like it's very fluid, and we're in and out. Like if there's gigs, you're out. Like if you gotta do stuff, or we're going to Merle Fest to go sell some guitars and meet some friends, we're gonna be that's part of the deal. We go stay in some Airbnb with Donnie Rod and talk about weird things.
It's a hard life.
But it's most people. It's a huge deal. It's a lot of it. Money saved, money spent, but it's the time. You don't get that time.
You don't get that time back, and you might not get your plane tickets back, or and I guess maybe in that situation you just go to Vegas and you have fun in Vegas. But
I know it's that's the entire impetus to go. It's right. Because most of these people, I don't think really want to go gamble necessarily. They want to go.
And I mean, and obviously, it brings up so many things, but it's kind of become that there's a risk to buying tickets for things like that these days with the COVID stuff, and you don't know. And I mean, I guess maybe I'm a cynical, horrible person, but I always think,
I think I know where you're going.
Has it just become a scapegoat? Like, oh, can't do this. We've had some minor inconvenience. Years ago, we would have just pushed through and made it happen. But now I'm like, oh yeah, so-and-so's got COVID, sorry.
And that's part of like the story of like this one, unfortunately, is like, well, there's been some problems. There's a row with the production designer and like the set, like, she's not happy with the set, and it has a ring of Spinal Tap to it. Like, the set's not big enough, and I got a flow of this, and
it's just you.
It's not happy. I want it to be perfect for my fans. I'm like, man, if you're Adele, like a piano and a microphone is all that's needed. That's all you need. People will pay the same amount of money to see you. That they don't need the 300-person choir. They don't need the amazing band of studio musicians. They need one piano player.
I mean, in fact, that might be cooler.
I mean, when I saw Ed Sheeran in a room of 30 people.
Just him and a guitar, right?
This is after, his Divide album and everything. This is like, he's super famous at this point, with a guitar and a microphone into a basic PA, like an LR Baggs PA system or something. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
There was 30 people there.
Yes.
It was amazing. And like, it's, I don't think, I mean, we were talking about like, is COVID an excuse thing? Like, yes and no, maybe. Because this happened with Kiss as well. They canceled their whole residency. Someone died on their thing. It became a thing. But they canceled to save the lawsuits as well. They were getting sued by the family, I believe, for like unsafe practices. Because they make a fortune with their meet and greet system.
Yes.
And it's a money machine. It's obviously, but from working in Broadway and working in show business and stuff, there's this weird mantra that used to always exist: is the show must go on.
The show must go on. And I didn't think about this until you said it this morning. They're like, hey, we always just had, if I died on a Broadway thing, there is someone to come replace me. Maybe if COVID's that big a part of it, maybe that's got to be the thought now.
As much as you think you're irreplaceable, everyone's replaceable in this music business too. It's like you have things called subs on Broadway that are set. I started off as a sub, and you're on the sub list, and you get called when someone else can't do the show for either other work reasons or sick reasons or vacation reasons, and you sub the show out. And you just do it.
Dude, it was the same way in Broadway in Nashville, right? If you're playing, you got a bar gig that night and guitar player gets sick, you're going to call someone. Oh, they don't know our songs. It does not matter. That's how you get started, right? Is you meet people and they're going to call you if they have an emergency, because that's the only way they'll give you a try. Sometimes you do well, and before you know it, you got a gig. Same thing.
I mean, so like maybe like this, and I get like everybody's trying to be safe. That's awesome, but. Nope. They were already ready to take your money before, so the whole idea is like we're being safe. Gotta be safe. It's like I don't necessarily buy that all the time now, because like the concerts are open.
Don't put on the concert. Yeah,
you're doing them. You're taking the money. You're taking the deposits. The venue's getting paid. The promoter's getting paid. The booking's getting paid. You're getting paid as the artist.
And take the precautions. We're not saying
take the precautions, but the show must go on.
Once you take them, yeah, exactly.
And
unless it's Adele that dies or gets sick, obviously that's different.
If Ed Sheeran dies, then the Ed Sheeran concert's not going to be as good.
No sub for it, right? It's going to put a damper on things.
But I mean, you could find any person in Ireland or Northern England, and then they're
all amazingly talented.
They are, like any street music. Go to Cork or something. Any street musician just busking and out. I'm just kidding, Ed.
Any random Loudon employee could do it.
Red wig,
fine. Yeah, done.
No, but it was funny though, because like I forgot his name, so I'm old and I get confused. But when Ed Sheeran was playing, like his opening artist was just like it was Malfoy from Lord of the Rings. I mean, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, yeah. Lord of the Rings. I was thinking about Lord of the Rings earlier. Were we talking about that earlier?
No,
I was talking about it with my kids. I think
fair.
I was singing songs to my kids last night, and I was singing about Lord of the Rings some.
Oh, that's good.
I was getting a little Led Zeppelin precursor.
Okay, all right.
Next, I was
Misty Mountain Hop.
Well, I was just talking about my favorite movies and how because my son's still not ready to see Lord. He's like a little scared to see it because it's a little scary, but close. He's also scared of Night at the Museum, so I can't.
Sing him the Ballad of Bilbo Baggins. I don't know if that exists, but if it doesn't, we should make it.
I think we can make it. Because I think you and I are hard nerd enough.
The Ballad of Tom Bombadil. Only the hardcore Lord of the Rings fans will know who that is.
I remember reading all the way through that. Like, this song is forever.
Yeah, no, it is.
Because I skipped it when I was reading it to my kids because I was reading it to the boys. Tom finished the story. But yeah, that's the nerds.
How can they leave him out?
You know who I don't see canceling a concert ever? You know who? Just say it.
Kid Rock.
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl.
I was looking.
Also, my mind went blank. I was supposed to know that.
And Z, thank you for the Dave Grohl book. He just sent us a Dave Grohl book. It's wonderful. You have not started it yet. Sean's listening to it on audio. I will start it, I think, first. Now, I'm reading a book from Aaron from Israel right now.
There you go.
So that's my book at the moment. And then right after that, I will be reading about Dave Grohl, which is fun. Z, thank you. But no, Dave Grohl fell off broke his leg, finished his concert.
And then literally made a crown or a throne of guitars to sit upon for the rest of the tour.
And did his concert.
It was, wouldn't that have been kind of fun to see him with his leg up?
Yeah, I mean, well, just the fact that that's because again, when people buy tickets, I bought tickets to a concert coming up in March. I'm not going to say what because it's a surprise. But it's if it cancels, it affects me. I'm taking that night off. I might have to get a babysitter.
True.
You have to you have to plan on the work stuff and everything around it. Your fees, your saving, the $12 beers, $14 beers, inflation. Sorry.
That's true. They're short boys. They're not even tall boys anymore. Little tiny.
I used to go to this place called Corner Bistro in New York City, and I've been going there since 1998. And when we started going there, all the way from 98 until 2004 or something, it was $1.75 for mini pint. It was awesome. The McSorley's. It was a great deal. And then the burgers were $5 to $6. My friend in New York just sent me the prices. It's $8 for a mini pint now, $15 for a hamburger, $6 for French fries.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 20 years. Don't get me wrong, but
it's just kind of hard to swallow.
It is hard. $8 for a little mini pint. That just kills me. It was so cool.
You had to just Tiny sips.
You feel like
Nurse it.
like a monster though. But I don't know, because Dave's been through, like, he's had, like, his band struggled with addiction before. Like they work it out, they figure it out, support each other.
And I don't know.
That's also a band.
We're saying this. I don't know. Probably in the comments, people are going to let us know if he has canceled things.
I'm sure he's had to cancel.
He probably has.
Like,
and we're not saying, we're just,
I just like to think that he's the archetype of perfection of not canceling concerts.
And there's probably no getting around it sometimes, and we're, maybe this is all totally.
And the Adele one might be a version, like,
absolutely.
But again, like, COVID has become, it's an easy excuse. To, like, not just for Adele, but for a lot of, ticket sales are bad. Like, I remember Morrissey had to cancel a whole tour because his ticket sales were trash. If it was happening now, it would be, it's because of COVID.
Yeah, COVID, guys, sorry.
COVID, no one wants to hear me be sad today.
I mean, soon all the concerts will be in the metaverse. It won't matter.
Correct. Or there won't be concerts anymore. It will be like,
ouch.
I mean, it might. Maybe but I don't think that's the case. I think we're going to.
Maybe very sad.
It'd be bad.
Very sad.
I like concerts.
I like concerts.
And I think it's the job as the artist when, like, you've developed this fan base. Like, I'm thinking from the Tim McGraws, the Faith Hills, to everybody, like the superstars.
Go play some concerts.
Put on a good show. Don't show up drunk.
You know what I mean? Maybe
unless you're Merle Haggard.
If you don't, I feel like the superstars of past years, they lived for concerts, and maybe we've got a few generations of stars that they don't care as much. It's digital and it's all about the creative process. I have played for guys who I've heard them say, God, I wish I could just, make music and never have to play live again. And I'm just always mortified by that. I'm like, oh, this is the most fun thing.
You do meet those people. I met young kids that are like, I loved music, but I hated touring. I'm like,
what? What do you mean?
The part about not having to do anything all day except for, like, hang out and have fun with your friends.
Sleep at 2 o'clock, get up, sound check, play, drink. Yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible. Oh, yeah.
What a life. Terrible life. No, yes, maybe that is part of it. Maybe it is just it's tricky. It's tricky, the world we live in right now.
The world we live in is very strange.
With the bug out there, and
we're probably already canceled.
I certainly hope not.
Luckily, we're not that important.
Let's see. We're like just a footnote on the dots of history here. Let us know your thoughts on when this happens. Like, we understand when it does have to happen sometimes in this case, but it sure does stink. And getting your money back is not going to happen in most part. You might get your tickets refunded. You will, or replaced, but you will not get your airplanes and your hotels and everything back. Sadly, it's unfortunate. You got to figure it out. You're on your own.
So there you go.
That's all I got. So anyway, on that side note, have a good day.
Hit like and subscribe. Click that bell. Don't forget to listen to our podcast. We'll see you guys next time.